Hello, sunshines, sweet stars. I'd like to welcome you back to episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the Chuffing Big Al Show. And you know what comes after this, don't you? Episode 6, 7, 8, 9, Chuffing 10. Do you know what taught me that? Carol Vorderman. Carol Vorderman has been coming to my house, drinking cups of tea and hobnobs and teaching Big Al how to do mathematics because it's not my strongest suit. You know what I mean? But she did say to me, she said, Big Al, I've got a slight concern. I'm a little bit worried about something. I says, what's that, sweetie pie? She says, what are you going to do when you run out of the old chuffing fingers and thumbs? I said, it's simple. I'll take my shoes and socks off. It's a chuffing no-brainer, isn't it? The only thing I am mildly concerned about is chuffing episode 21. Because it's a family show and I don't really want to drop my chuffing trousers. Because I'll definitely lose a few chuffing subscribers there. But yeah, welcome back to episode 5. Just got back from work, just had a cup of chuffing tea and a chuffing crumpet. You know what I mean? Chuffing wet me chuffing whistle a little bit. And now I'm ready for the show. Right, so previous episodes, we've done malt whiskies. We've done chuffing kraken. 2 different kinds of kraken. And we've done hybrid kind of whiskies infused with honey and that kind of shenanigans. A little bit different today to kick off. We're not going to do whiskey today. I know. Stop crying. It's all right. It's all right. Big Al will do a whiskey review next week, okay? Don't worry, Daddy. Fine. So, just to keep it fresh, to keep it a little bit chuffing, because I don't want to rest on my chuffing laurels, or my chuffing hardies. So, chuffing beer 52. Now, this is full of chuffing beer. And an old mate of mine, called Chuffing Joe, got me into this. He turned up one chuffing New Year's Eve with this chuffing rammed under his chuffing armpit. And I says, hey, mate. I says, you come to the chuffing right house, get your chuffing hairy arse in here. And I disappeared upstairs with this. I thought it was a chuffing present just for me. I'm starting to chuffing crack a ball up. He says, no, well, they're for sharing. Sharing is caring. Bloody hell, just come chuffing. I could only have like 3 or 4 of them. So a little bit disgruntled, but I'll be forever grateful to that chuffy young gentleman because he got me into this. And ever since, for the last 2 years, I've been ordering these on a monthly basis. Now, you can either do 2 different things with these. You can either have them so they're all lighter beers, lagers, IPAs, sometimes those cloudy wheat beers, or you can have it as an hybrid where you get so many of those, but you also get stouts, porters, dark lagers. And they're really quite chuffing tasty. So I go for the mixed bag. To be honest, I'd have gone for all dark, giving half a chuffing chance, but they don't give that chuffing option for some reason, so I'm stuck with chuffing hybrid. Although I have got into the IPAs, because I always thought that IP chuffing A's all tasted the chuffing same. But when you get like 2 or 3 out of here and you drink one after the other, you do start to notice subtle chuffing variations in it. So yeah, you get a box like this. Inside the box, there's a few little chuffing. It's a treasure trove of little chuffing lobsters. To kick it off, brave sea salt crunchy chuffing peas. There you go down the chuffing sea, a chuffing porter. We've got Love Corn, quite healthy. Healthy alternative to just shoving crisp down your guzzle all the time. And you've got the old Penn State chuffing baked chuffing pretzels. Delicious, savoury little chuffing treat. So you get that. You also get, it's over here actually, this magazine, Ferment magazine. And it's quite good. It's got some good reading in it. It's also obviously all about all the different breweries, different ways of making beer, why they make beer, target audience, and all that kind of stuff. All that kind of shite. But it's good. It's a good read. It's worth having a little chuffing scout through it if you've got 10 minutes spare, you know what I mean? And then the pièce de résistance is you get your chuffing beer. Now you can either get 8 cans or you can get 10. Now I tend to go for 8. It's enough. It's enough because I get other stuff as well. So let's have a quick look what we got. We've got in here Gents Ultra Session IPA. We've got Tropical Chuffing Fruit Bat. So as you can see, it's a good varied selection. And sometimes they're from Scotland, sometimes they're from Germany, sometimes all over the world. But it tends to be usually from a particular place most of the time. Seven Brothers Handlebar Chuffing Stout. Sounds like one for me, that. You'd never think that was a stout looking at can, would you? You've got Pilot Blonde Beyond Session IPA Deluxe Beer. Beautiful, beautiful little chuffing seed. Double hopped IPA with chuffing pair of eye owls looking at you. Look. And what else you got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got Connecting Cities Oat Stout, 3.9%. Next, Nostalgia. Look at it, chuffing out for us like bloody Diego Maradona, him look. Bloody hell. And will probably come out, and the God will probably come out and chuffing nick your can of beer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Should be one more in here. And we've got Plato. Hey, so we're getting philosophical now. Plato's chuffing cave. As far as this can's concerned, Plato's cave is my chuffing stomach. That's where he's going to end up. Look at that. 4.6%. Beautiful. So yeah, you don't always have to sup just whiskey. You don't always have to just sup rum and wine or whatever. Beer 52. Check it out. Try it. The only thing I'm slightly concerned about with this Beer 52, it's been on my mind. And it keeps on coming back to me. It's, at times, when I think about it, when I allow it to creep into my psychology, it's been stopping me getting to sleep at night. Or I've been waking up in a cold chuffing sweat. Beer 52. What do you think when you hear that? Have you ever heard of Area 51? Area 52, Area 53? I'm thinking there's a possibility. US government's not going to admit it. There's a possibility that this beer has been nicked from extraterrestrial life forms. Now, look, if you decide as an alien to come to Earth, then you've got to take it for what it is. And there's a lot of chuffing tea leaves. You know what I mean? They nick off of me, they're going to nick off a chuffing ET as well. But if this is alien beer, what I'm concerned about is, what if he gets thirsty? And he realises that his chuffing stash of beer has been plundered, he starts looking for it. I don't know, wake up 3 o'clock in the morning with a great big massive grey skinned, black-eyed, bulbous-headed chuffing alien going berserk at foot of my bed, chuffing, ranting and raving and shouting at me with his great big chuffing head, wanting his chuffing stout back. So food for thought. I'm not trying to put you off. I'm not trying to put by it. Get yourself consigned to this, but just be warned. If you wake up in the middle at night and there's a chuffing lizard there looking for his chuffing blonde IPA, just be chuffing warned. Now, later on in the episode, I'm going to try something a little bit different. Beer with Big Al. We're going to crack one of these. Me and you, you and me. There's lots and lots for us to see. I'm going to crack one of these open and we're going to discuss the basic fundamentals and pressing things that's going off in the world at the moment. We're going to have a good little chit chat. Okay, flowers? Okay, sunshine, sweetie pies. Catch you later.
For Dad. We reached the sky. We were so high. Didn't even try. It was there. And along comes a storm. Out of the blue. Sticky like glue. Everywhere in our lifetime. sunshine and snow. Whether we blows in our lifetime. We reach the light, shining so bright. Been through the night, it was there in our lifetime. We never know whether we blow sunshine or snow in our lifetime.
Hello, sunshines. Pull up a chuffing pube. Come and have a chuffing beer with chuffing Big Al. Right, what we got? We've got that one, Plato. Because we could be getting philosophical here. We're definitely going to get slightly political. So, second best chuffing sound in the world. Right, chuffing goat coming out of a bloody whiskey chuffing bowl. Oh, beautiful. Right, thinking about politics. You know, when I was a kid, Margaret Thatcher were it. They were chuffing Margaret Thatcher and they were chuffing Neil Buddy Kinnock. So they was chuffing, two chuffing redheads, two chuffing ginger chuffing mingers in control of the chuffing political system. Now, Margaret Thatcher, a lot of time it depends who you're talking to. Now, I've got a mate at work, I'm not going to name his name, but got a mate at work, loving to chuffing pieces. Now, he was in chuffing armed services, he was in Navy for 20 odd years. So he personally thinks the sun shines out chuffing Margaret Thatcher's chuffing arse. I bet chuffing arse is ginger and all. Because he basically, I think, got 100% pay rise under leadership. So you can kind of understand, you can see it from his perspective. Now, my dad, both my granddads, and even one of their granddads, other granddad fought in World War One, seen his best mate get blown up. You know, I bet Margaret Thatcher's never seen her best mate get blown up. But, yeah, they were all worked down the pit. They were all miners. So Margaret Thatcher is not necessarily something that, you know, if you're in a room full of miners and ex-miners and you start rambling on about Margaret Thatcher and being chuffy wonderful, my mate at work, don't do it. Because, you know, you may have survived all those chuffing U-boats and all that lot, not sinking your chuffing vessel, but some of these boys, they might chuffing have something to say to you. So the Margaret Thatcher, I personally, looking back on it retrospectively now, I was always a big fan. I'm a bit young for this, but I was always a big fan of chuffing Tony Benn. Born with a silver spoon in his mouth, parents were very, very wealthy, and he did outdo all that and become as labour as you can be. You know, he was, and he never stopped fighting right till the end. I think what they did with Tony Benn is they realised he was extremely intelligent. They realised he was a good orator, he was a good speaker. And at every count they could, they tried to discredit him and make him look like he was crazy or extremist or something like this. So he never really got to where he could have got to. Tony Blair, biggest disappointment of my chuffing life, Tony Blair. Got in, I remember I was 17 years old, I worked in a chuffing food factory. Bloody shoveling rice and making all this bloody weird chuffing egg stuff. And Tony Blair got in, things can only get better. Introduced the minimum wage, which was not a chuffing too bad a thing. But apart from that, that massive majority could have done anything, could have done something for the working classes. But I don't call him Tony Blair, I call him bloody Tony Blair. Then there was all that chuffing where his reputation completely went out the window with all that weapons of mass destruction. And you hardly hear out about him. Him and Buddy Mandelson and all that chuffing, all his bloody cronies, chuffing well, dodgy. And then bloody thinking to more recent times, Boris Johnson. Again, my mate from work, the Navy guy who liked Thatcher, he's a big fan of Boris Johnson. And I said, what do you like him for? What is it about him that you're gravitating towards this guy for? What would you like about him? He says, oh, he's a bit of a laugh. I couldn't give a shite. If he never tells any, I'm not bothered about my politicians being chuffing Eddie Izzard or bloody Tommy Cooper. I'm bothered about making good political decisions for the betterment of your working man. It doesn't have to be just your working man. Everybody can benefit if it's done correctly, but it's all going to one place, and the working man is just being shafted hand over fist again and time and chuff and Oriel. Don't care if he's good at bloody punchlines. Couldn't give a chuffing rat's ass. I'm bothered if he's good at politics. So that Corbyn. The thing is with Corbyn is he was trying, if you looked at his policies, he was trying to do good stuff for the working man. But they said stuff like, this was going back in time. And they didn't want to go down that bloody route again because it's all capitalism now, it's all about big business. And the big businesses have got the fingers in so many chuffing pies and they've got politicians in the back pocket and they think, hey, we don't want this chuffing guy and he's dangerous. He's going to ruin a good chuffing party, you know what I mean? Because they're enjoying how things are going. They don't want things to change. Bothered about climate change and all this kind of stuff, and they're just bothered about the old chuffing bumps, and Burma. It's all they're bothered about. I didn't want Jeremy Corbyn in. So they're saying stuff like his hair's funny or he wears dodgy mismatching. But I couldn't give a shite if the politician comes out with a giant chuffing nappy on and a bloody bow tie wrapped around his chuffing genitalia. I'm bothered about his policies. I'm bothered about him doing the right thing for the people. The people vote you in, and then all you're bothered about is scratching the backs of your multi-million-pound corporations. So that's what I think of. I'm sorry if this little chuffing beer with Big Al it took a bit of a turn on chuffing dark side, but sometimes you've got to get things off your chest. But thinking about maybe just like a little, well, not like an anecdote, but something that happened in a working environment. This is not political. I worked in a food processing factory, and they had a thing. This is just an eye opener. I was only a young lad, only like 16, 17. And I was working in this bloody place, and they had a particular piece of equipment like a cement mixer. And the guy I was working with, he basically used to put in so many shovels full of rice, soya sauce, peas, bloody sweet corn. You work to a recipe. Then once you got all your gear in, right, chuffing tub full, put lid on, tie your lid up, set it spinning like it's chuffing gobbo, push the lever, tilts back, pull the lever, tips forward to its original position, pull the lever again, goes like that. But this is the first time I'd ever worked on it, the lid came off. And you got flaming probably about 25, 30 shovels full of chuffing grub went all over this floor. Now this floor had people walking on it all day. It was 2 or 3 millimetres thick of water. And this guy went, shoveled it up, bunged it back in chuffing cement mixer. Said it good, and that got dished out and people chuffing trough that. It's a chuffing eye opener in the bloody workplace. But anyway, I'd like to say thanks for having a little chuffing beer with Big Al. I've got 2 chuffing pizzas in the oven now for me and our Charlie. We'll have a nice little bloody slurp. Finish my drink off in a bit peace and quiet, and love you. Have a good day and catch you later. Thanks for tuning in.